Luabogo is the most hated man in the members of the first family. I'm telling you. Tugenda kumusimbako embizi emubaka lutayinza kujja. Oyo kandiho yatuula ne banne ne balimba Museveni. Ti abaana ba Bobi Wine baagala okwekya ekibuga. Naye nga si kituufu.
Kandi oyo ayogera statement eri president.
Ate Abamerika baamukwata. Abamerika baakwata meeting eyo nange enjirira. Abantu abo kakati ng'ekino kyaladisi ky'omukampala nakyo bagenda kise. Ne kyaladisi kino ekyegindi. Ne kino ekyegindi. Ekyawa kino kayunga. Because these people don't know tibabasomesa. Who is liable for travel ban? Anybody who has been humiliated is taken as an advisor.
Everybody has been humiliated.
Yes, this is how in Africa. With the youth. Who can accept to be an advisor now?
In Uganda.
In Uganda. Because it has become a jirikiti where everybody knows. Everybody, including this Shigan, is also an advisor.
Full figure?
Who Valuga uses Valuga. No, we should know you to Nichita watch it, Sobiako, Gataki, Takatu. But now, Mumutuko, neither Chibakubiranchi Maru. The type Yomkazimukwan, Awunya, Akamo, Awunya Nindo, Awunya Matu, Awunya Nebuziba. Bagamba mbwatebe chiko bakagoba kivamu envunyu munabana yavunda nganchakaza puli abogera na type yange figures ina figure yechikwaso nganange mukwana. I like beautiful women. Kakati if you brought this deputy governor from abroad to deputize a sikire man, what were you doing?
But Bazimbon
Mukajena samanyane tribalism and you don't plan. If I'm that man and I'm a deputy governor and you don't recognize me as a governor, I go.
Okay, tubaniriza ku mukutu mugusansonga the flashlight channel Uganda. Twebaza omukama bulamba atuwadde twebaza okulaba nti Tamale Mirundi naye mukama kyamwadde obulama kyamukomi. Abamusinga okunyirira ne sente abamu kwabo bakita betwadde tumanyi nti bamusinga sente. Awo muli gwe bayita gavana w'eggwanga Mutebile n'akita ate n'ekirala kyenzikiriza nti no yagamba abantu abo abamu kwabo abamufuukira ekizibu gyali ajja balombereddwa ajja basabira ajja paka eri mu bigali bya jjajjaawe eri bajja genda omukwabo yekandi tulaba naye kano naye yakitadde mu ngeri ye yakuba omwana we n'amugamba ne buli baddi ajja mutuusa walina omutuusa era mutuusizaawo
mwe mutamanyi nti mulowooza nti amagye gokka ge gawamba gavumenti mu gavumenti ya Museveni mubadde mu kituyita sabutafuge. A government within a government.
A government within a government.
What you are seeing now, a failed coup is followed up by a purge. Mujja kulema ne baspeaker nga bagenda. Mujja kuleba ne chief justice nga agenzi. Mujja kuleba changes nyingi. Why? Nti ono lwabogwo yebe yali agala okufuga eggwanga. Yazimba government mu yasezaalawe. Kati nga abantu bonna bamutya. Except me. Nalowooza nti ajja kunkuba njavuwaze ngende mufukamire mu recording nenzikabira ngondi investigators ejogo lyonna lyonnako emyaka 9 ne mukuba nembi mujjako. I will never talk to him. Kakati today Museveni, who was the snakes out of their holes, has been exposed. Museveni has exposed this man. Mumwali temumumanyi. Do you know how many times has Museveni put Rwabo under house arrest?
No.
You didn't know. Me, I knew. Obumwere yabukoze statement. We have a project. Which project? Rwabo is the most hated man in the members of the first family. I'm telling you. Tugenda kumusimbako embizi emubaka lutayinza kujja.
Mu byonna mbizi gyagala omuteekako.
Rwabo cannot offer himself. No yakuba kadaga. Nti ampa sente nakuba nakyo nti ampa sente mbunjavoli noli mukube nyondo mutwe mukube ne mutuusa wano
Lwabogo.
Kakati for you don't know these are tremors originating from a volcano. Nti oyo kandiho yatuula ne banne ne balimba Museveni. Ti abaana ba Bobi Wine baagala okwekya ekibuga naye nga si kituufu
kandi oyo ayogera statement eri president
ate Abamerika baamukwata Abamerika baakwata meeting eyo nange njirina I have the meeting nange ebyuma byange byangakwata Museveni was deceived by Kandiho and all the security organs worked under the influence of Luwabogo. Luwabogo's target was to target Muhoozi. Chobola bagambanga nti izo motoka drone zize and Muhoozi like his father tebayina mawulire. All of the newspapers are controlled by Luwabogo. Nti olaba kana kafuka simanyi ani baba simanyi rukira basayija
kakwenza
babade bamuyambisa bweyambisa
bamutadde munango olwaleero
anti nkubulidde nabakubye abamonita nti ne mu meeting muyina mu records bamuyambisa bamukoleko babalisa against Muhoozi. I'm telling you kakati ngamba this is a spillover the develop after dealing with Luwabogo all of his allies are collapsing. Luwabogo brought to Gundi Olanya. Luwabogo brought to Olanya. When they removed the Kadaga, Nankabiro was given 500 billion to tackle Kadaga Bayanako. In a meeting, Nankabiro, Tumwebas, Ogwanga, this man, Gundi, Chiwanda, they attended a meeting in the morning at Munyonyo, where this man promised them 100 million each year for the money to remove the Kadaga. Tiyazibawa yajawo gunamu banamu jawo. Kati Museveni allowed his son-in-law. Maybe it was a tactic by Museveni to lure the snakes. Kati government you need mutatas. And if Museveni does not make a reshuffle, the government cannot function. Kubakati kankubuzi.
Yes, sir.
Where did this man Kafuzi
come from?
The Attorney General say that you can amend Article 1 of the Constitution, the foundation of the Constitution, to elect in the Parliament.
How does it read, Babaji Juke?
Anti-power is derived from the population. You cannot. But people believe Kubanga Gundi, Luwabogo, Ainama Uli. Many people believe the way he was talking on Twitter is as if it is done by someone. He's the one who is doing it. He knows he cannot win. Muhoozi can win. What does Muhoozi need? If Muhoozi rides on his father's shoulders, he can win. Hello?
Nanti mukulu Mirundi amasimu gamuyitirira aga State House. Simanyi gano ate gano gali awaso. Nolwe ensonga eyo program yo gwe Tamale musajja abeera busy fitokkiriza
nti Luwabogo yennyini yabikola ye yaleeta yagamba I want to remove Kadaga and bring Olanya because I have my own reforms. Olanya Luwabogo yamuleeta. Can I play tapes where these people were meeting?
Tozi playing Gobs nedda talk about tapes.
Do you know Gundi, the Chief Justice? How did the Chief Justice mess up this Bobi Wine's case? Did he make a conclusion? Did the court make any conclusion?
Sijulira.
Bamukubira amasimu.
Nyamugamba.
Yes, the Chief Justice received the telephone calls. I can produce the recording.
Don't produce the tape.
Okay, not do.
Abamafia twabakulekera gwe weka basobola.
Bani mudusa wani.
Mudusa ne muleke.
Achegamba chimu. Nti if a fairly is followed up by a page. Kakati you must remove the Kafuzi Attorney General. You must remove the Chief of Whip. Kubasi abubaru aboko. Siba Museveni. Kakati if Museveni denies it, how will Museveni communicate in the future to MPs? Because Museveni has now demonstrated that the Chief Whip does not represent. He does not even see him. This is what it means for you people. What if a Muslim, a sheikh, a mufti says we have sighted the moon when it's not there? Can he remain? And they celebrate premature
celebration.
Can he remain there? Confused must go. This chief whip must go.
Okay.
If Museveni wants to retain the integrity and the credibility of his government, Kafuzi must go.
Nekikyasoboka.
When you look at these things, kakati oyo gundi oyo yakuba omwana wange teyali yekka baali balowooza nti by beating up my son nti nja kutya oyo lwabwoko yali tamanyi siryogerako naye I'll never talk to lwabwoko. Let him kill me. Tumwebaze hired thugs to kill me. Mukbiye kuliye nanka tujja kutunda ne hoteli zako tusasula abaana be battire ebweru. We shall confiscate their property.
Sure.
They cannot kill me. Bakubane babwasiza wana emitwe. Bakubento ne bazazi. Kakati yenkubulya kiri kimu. Nti oyo kandiko yagamba ye yagita travel ban. I explained to this man what it means. Nti you have been, what does it mean? It means that the United States cannot fund any project in Uganda as long as you are in the government. I'm telling you. You don't understand.
Tesa kufundinga.
Namugamba. You see what do we mean? When these countries make a statement, you people, you don't understand this statement. Because these are propaganda statements. I told you there is a regime change. There is engagement. When the Europeans say regime change or engagement, engagement means they want you to make reforms. When they told Bagamba Gundi, Gaddafi, Nibamugamba nti no fly zone. Gaddafi yagamba atichichi. Sijagenda makasija bagambako. Kakati no fly zone kyali kitegeeza n'ebisawo biritegekete. Okay. Nkitegedde seba. Nti kakati ono kandiko teyategeera. There is no, once you have such a money in the government, the United States cannot fund you. Yes. Ateka nkubulire. Abantu abo kakati ngekino kyala disi kyo mukampala nakyo bagenda kise. Ne kyala disi kine kyegindi. Hudu. Ne kine kyegindi. Ekyawa kine ekyegindi. Eno gye balonda egindi. Wa bayite Kayunga. Because these people don't know Baba Somesa. Who is liable for travel ban or sanctions? Anybody in Uganda who makes a decision is liable. You start with the district, the OC stations, OCs of officers in charge of police stations are liable. District and DCs are liable. Members of government are liable. Advisors are liable. I'm not one of them. I wrote to them. I'm not one of them. I had to write to these embassies. I'm not an advisor because advisors are liable.
Never Uganda.
Ministers are liable.
Never had Uganda.
Even members of the secretariat, the NRM secretary, are liable. Yes. Anybody in Uganda who makes a decision can be imposed. These people are free to impose a travel ban on you because you make a decision that affects the army officers. So therefore, this man didn't understand. And it will come a time when, because we have now, anybody who has been humiliated is taken as an advisor.
Everybody has been humiliated.
Yes, this is how in Africa we dilute. Who can accept to be an advisor now?
In Uganda.
In Uganda. Because it has become a jirikiti where everybody, including this Shigan, is also an advisor.
Full figure?
Who uses vulgar language.
Yes.
How can I associate with such a
person? He's a presidential advisor. Never chikuwa ochita. So n'olw'ensonga eyo omusajja yombegirijidi eyo tumutemire
nti oyo omusajja ye teyakitegeera. But even in Southern Sudan will come at a time egaane. Are we a plantation where you throw Kasasiro.
And the things germinate.
The Southern Sudan will start rejecting you people. That we are not Kasasiro. We cannot accept those. Yes.
Amakuru gacho ogamba. Kandi waje bamusindisa South Sudan.
Nabo baje kutuka
bamugobe.
Baba gobe. This is what they don't know. Nti bo bagenda ne bakwata abantu banane career diplomats ne babatwala ebwe. But it will come a time when these countries, those countries will reject you. Twagenda German ne president. Yali ambassador wa Uganda. Tuba tuli mu meeting ne Makeri nakola bwa. Nuha mbuhi is ringing. Mu meeting ya Makeri. The Germans wrote a political note. They told the president, you don't value German assistance. Why? You wouldn't bring a person here of that character. Eventually was sorted out. Ask Okero Liam. Okero Liam was part of the delegation. When Museveni was holding talks with Makeri, the woman picked your phone. Noah, who is ringing her?
They were not.
The two leaders looked at each other, but the Germans made the protest note.
Okay.
Kakati esho
Echakandi hongo chimaliriza.
Echakandi nkugambi. Tekandiho with another person deceived Museveni that these people, that basically Bobby Wine's people were planning to burn the city, which was wrong. They wanted to use it to plant their people to implicate Muhoozi. You don't know these people. I have all of their meetings. That meeting, I recorded it, and USA agencies, I recorded it.
Sure.
Kandiko yes. That's why Kandiko wanted to intimidate me. Me, a revolutionary. Do I matter about kill him? I will kill yours. Kandiko's children will suffer. And me, they wanted to give me $100,000. I rejected this. Did you beat my son to be compensated? Recently, Waboko was dangling money, 3 billion. 3 billion. You are dangling money today because you are in trouble. The 8 years have been. Then, if I take your money, what's the purpose of suffering for 8 years? I'm going to a hunger strike. Then I started eating the food before the issue is solved. Then what was the purpose of going in a hunger strike? Have you sold your cows or this is government money? But to joga, but you know Josie, never could jog at Dala, Nempel and never could jump. Why don't you
not humble away
a serious person, a humble man would say, does this man do we owe money to him in years? You took a bit of trouble because it's about so common. I see about it. But I'm going to go over college. When you could try to why you Butambi. Denounce Butambi. Kill me. But I will never denounce this Butambi.
What's your gun?
Nashigana, Sija Bubawa. Sija Kububawa. Kubanga Bachitandi Kabubi. They thought that they would humiliate me. And they will be hated. Terry compromise. We shall never compromise. I will never save these people. Let them hunger themselves. They had everything. They have already the money. They have stolen everywhere. He brags about his wealth. Then why do you involve yourself in killing people? My daughter was killed. Until you need to bend you to Valibampi Chankwan's. Nothing at a Kubaruka Twari. While for the Kumi and Tanu Kubisago. Remember, I get a Galanti. I'm a bitter man. Okay. You are humiliating me every day. Even the ritual that I had in my mind of reconciliation has evaporated. So
up to now, you still lamenting why you joined NRM?
All along 8 years, what have you given me? Because you want me to save you. Did you sell your cows? Yes. Government. Ne abantu bano tebayinaamu remorseful at all.
Okay.
Tebayinaamu buntu abaganda tukiyita buntu.
Tebayinaamu kantu ka buntu.
We angered this man.
Okay, awo kwetuli. So n'olwensonga eyo oyo munne kandiho wamukolimira n'omugenda mbigali bya jjajjaawo kati buyi bamugye mu government.
Kati look what this governorship. This young man said he prefers to work with the Northerners. The Northerner is the Chief Justice. A Northerner is the Speaker of Parliament. Kakati, when you read it, I torn this newspaper apart. How can you say that a man who was brought from abroad to be deputy governor, when the governor was sick, he cannot take over?
Bajoze.
And they cannot go with it. You are testing your tribalism. People watching you, you made the mistake, you planted this political landmine. Why did you bring a northern?
Very soon there's explosion.
The man is qualified. The man came to work in the Catholic Church to wait about Gund. To inaugurate to it agenda to take over. Agenda to take over to Muitani mu Catholic Church. Auxiliary means you are the crown prince. Kakati, if you brought this deputy governor from abroad to deputize a secret man, what were you doing?
But Bazimbon.
Tribalism, and you don't plan. If I'm that man and I'm a deputy governor and you don't recognize me as a governor, I go. And what does it mean that I will remain deputy forever? What's the role of having, even under this government, a vice president is not provided for anywhere roles, but a vice president is not a vice president for continuity, but at least he covers the vacuum. If the president is incapacitated, the vice president takes over for 90 days and organizes elections. Ogambo said deputy governor Gomwale to deputize Katibukuba, Bukubaba Kajina, Bukubaba, tribalism. Tribalism one will be exposed. Kakati, Bali Tawaj. Singa Bali tactive, Richagami, to one only Yarika, who are walk as to the government of Cesar. Kubanga, all of these were
Nayalos at Stautabiraba.
Anti Kubodi were created by him. Yellow Kakati, today you have a northerner as a Gund.
Deputy governor.
Yes. Oyina a northerner as speaker. Kakati about deputy governor, Bam northerner. Let him also become governor. Omrenzono Yakamba. I prefer to work with the northerners. Okay, we clap for you. Pick up my coffee, pick up my coffee, pick up my coffee. Endelea bwana, kijana endelea.
Omusajja watu omukokomedde emisomali bwoti.
Ati nkubulira. How could it be?
Naye ate bana Uganda bo bagamba abamu nti bawonye ekizibu kya Mutebile.
Anti kyenkubulira
bo bagamba Mutebile abonyabonyeza gavumenti bintu abadasayininga checks za government. So go to a personal analysis. Do you support how Ugandans reason?
Me, I ran, for me I don't tell yes or no. But Mutebile tells us one thing. Retire when you are still useful. Because the Mutebile we have now to analyze is a Sinairo Mutebile.
Atatia.
Yes. Because Mutebile banks have collapsed.
Nga governor.
Yes. Ekikutegeeza nti Mutebile has been a problem. When Greenland Bank collapsed,
yaliwo,
he was in charge.
Angali governor.
But Greenland Bank at Dar es Salaam was solvent. Greenland Bank Zanzibar was solvent. Meaning that the problem originated from where?
From the source.
Kampala. And Greenland Bank and Nairobi was solvent because they were being supervised by an efficient governor. With the Central Bank of Kenya and Tanzania.
I get
respectively. When Greenland Bank collapsed, the branch, Greenland Bank Kigali, remained functioning, meaning that it was enjoying the efficient hand and experience and prudence of the governor of the Central Bank of Kigali. This one, they kept a corpus on oxygen and maintained him in the chair. What do I, yes, but if I'm a serious man and somebody brings me to write a question, what do you attribute to Emmanuel Mutebile? I have to divide Mutebile into two. The Mutebile who was president of Makerere University. The Mutebile was secretary of to the treasury. But afterwards, I'm seeing a Sinairo Mutebile, who is responsible for all the collapse. How can this Bugulu woman, who sold the banks, the Bugulu woman, he had even the audacity of standing in Intungam. Yaria immediately was Sebunga Komau. I saw the bank at Sundia. No, you don't know more than Quatibua. Barika Yola. Barika Quat. Comero Osulanga Banka Javan. I'm telling you, Nti Kakati today, you are talking about Umeme. Which agreement, under what condition did you make the Umeme agreement you are complaining about now? Mwatamina Masanyalazi. Nefa Museveni yalwana okukola damu eri eyejinje eyokubiri bamusumbanga tebakiriza kakati today you must understand your children will ask you one day, Daddy, why did you go to a money lender to take our house? By the time you go to a money lender, it means you cannot go to a bank. The situation is so how can you, if you have a patient who has been discharged from a hospital and you don't have money, you can sell your radio station, but not by, you cannot wait a salary, because salary will take a long. This is something every time it accumulates.
Okay.
So, ask yourselves, by the time Umeme came from UEB, what condition did you have? Is it a fair agreement at that time? Can you have a better one? Kubanga you ask. The Baganda have a good proverb. Okubuka enkali nolinya mazi. Yes, nolinya mubi.
Kakati sibitegedde ani abukachi.
If you cancel this agreement with the Umeme, who are the likely options? What about Museveni's input by creating a layer? He put in the layer $400 million. He got a soft loan from World Bank. Where is it? It was stolen.
Okay.
Compare the two. If layer, a specific agency that Museveni put up to ensure that his manifesto is implemented by providing power to 804 villages, failed. The money was stolen. Did he expect Umeme to perform well?
Okay. So, Northern Songo, your child who could the flash in Uganda, Wamkuru, ne Tamale Mirundi, atwada analysis oku omusajja gobaita akandiho Abel abadde mukuru wa SMI boss naye bibye bwetwe bitambudde n'atwa analysis ya mukuru Mutebile abamukume bana Uganda abali mukujaganya fe twagambye nti sad news tugamba that's good news nti Mutebile afudde ne bantu nali manti no musajja ngomu twaligambye
tekiriyo anti kankubuulire nti mbagamba tine Museveni muga nti aveeko is not the problem
chechi
nti Mutebile could not handle this woman, the Bugulu woman who sold the banks. Bali bamusibi yali agenze n'entunga mu yesimbe abala bali kwata kakazigwe toyinza kusuula bank assets abantu ne zifa abantu bonna ne baavuwala.
Okay.
Yes. Kitegeeza ti Mutebile would have resigned a long time ago. If I find a junior who is more powerful than me, I resign. That's why I tell Minister Miyingo belongs to my clan. Is of Enkima Kiran. I tell Miyingo, Miyingo one day we shall treat you. You will not have any excuse. You are a senior man. You have experience. You are highly educated. You have a PhD. You have wealth. What prevented you from leaving the government? Museveni brings 19 billion for TVs and radios. The radio and TV, the money is stolen. Miyingo remains 40. Two, recently, the president allocated 500 billion for schools to alleviate their loans. There's nowhere to be seen.
Okay.
Miyingo is seated. When you do Miyingo, you'll be arrested.
Okay.
You'll be arrested. Your properties will be sold. These people will tell you. By the time,
Bajja ku program ono mchala saba minister obagobaita saba
Miyingo lwaki todduka
addewa
agenda kola ebibye
aina amasomero agenda asomese.
Yes, kubanga tujja kukwata n'ebibye nti yemiyingo radio ne TV ziriwa. Because the first lady, let me tell you, Moyiba bali mu musiba. Moyiba gamba let these fools carry their own cross. I did not what the oath of a minister. I swear by the Almighty God that I divide the president, support the constitution.
Okay.
So help me God. So, has Miyingo supported the president? Has he performed his expectation? Ati yenkubulira.
Awo tukyali kumukudde flash channel gabale kwere mwebale kutulaba mwebale kusharinga ajikabogoza nkutumiddeko nnyo awamu ne M&J Medicare mwebale mabale ddala
Gavumenti ya Museveni nemubeera minister otakania bwerere
nati kati
sente bazikulyako ate gwe basiba mu kkomera n'otunda n'obubo bw'oyina
osasule banje
ate mu kooti tibyandala yavwana naye kano akasajja kano akolutwe
kaliwa
kano kayina olutwe kano kebakwatidde mu kutta abantu bebaba oluguudo negundi ne Kabushenga. The man is poor. Nali buyingiza tulera. Nali buyingiza singa bulina enjovu mu mutwe. Myamwe amwe bitter man bwonkola ekintu. Nyizo bani ne kuyira nasi. Nti I sell my property because tumwebaze has stolen the Katusi road. Yena agula ebizimbe nakola gundi. Nasobola ku nsinga ina nze n'otunda ebintu byange. That's why I decided to leave this government.
Okay.
Kubanga ndaba mu contradictions nyingi. N'okwata nasali mukazi atayina mwana. N'omusiba mu kkomera n'omuteekawa. Nga tabbiya dde 10. Enkyane nkomawo nti ompe ebbaluwa nzireyo. Tize mu public service nkole.
Nante ye government yakuje tulina nakuzuru. Mukulu twogerako ku mukyalo ono Saba Minister Robina Nabanja. Yagenze nakola ekintu kegamba nze nga kinoomu ngezako nebuuza. Gwe abade political analyst ate a journalist at the same time kyali badde kyavunanizibwa Nabanja oba prime minister n'ebigambo n'ebimubula n'amenya akatebe n'ayagala okugwayo eno n'atugamba oba wano njogerewo
anti kakati kanko
ekyo kitegeeza ki prime minister okugwa ebintu byo abirako script.
There are three things you must understand.
One,
the media is not responsible. Yes.
Tell responsible no kumenya akatebeke.
If you see your mother naked, you call the neighbors.
No. Biri byanjawulo mukulu Mirundi.
Bush vomited at a dinner in Japan. Have you ever seen his photograph?
How did you come to know?
Yes, the information leaked from Japan, but you have never seen a photo of this man. Gundi Kibachi yali ava mu motoka empale neegwa naye omuserikale yagisika mangu n'akuba saluti n'agizaawo.
Kali kanyumidde Bush ya vomiting nga bali Japan n'ebifaananyi tibyalabika.
Yes, it's the
Moi empale n'emugwa
Kibachi. President wa Uganda when he is yawning, which is normal. When the president is addressing the nation, it is about
nasiko obuuji nasiko obuuji
kuyoninga tebakijjako. This man can edit even if it's live. You can edit. They are not professionals. That's one. Two, as a person who worked with Museveni, Museveni believes in the consultation. Nabanja can be attending 10 meetings a day because all the directive rotated around her office. She was tired. Kubanga the president tuyina kye twita induced sleep. Museveni asobola okwepule omuntu yenna asobola okwebaka essaawa 6 otoli tukugwamu. It does not depend until night. We went to European countries where they have no night. Nga n'emisana ssaawa 9 omusana gwaka nd'ogwekiro. How do they sleep? How do they manage our watches? Kakati omuntu yenna asobola okugamba neebakira essaawa 6 ngenda kwebaka okuva ku ssaawa 1 kumakya neebaka enkoma essaawa 6. It means you can work throughout the night. Siadi Bali used to work throughout the night when everybody was asleep. I think who else? Lenin, another person used to prefer working at night. Even me, when I'm writing my books, I go early in the bed and write when everybody is asleep. instead of chasing away my baziko. So kati Nabbanja mumutegeera. Nabbanja is new in being a prime minister. When Museveni is making a statement, bakuyitayo n'ekiro ne ku munana ababuulire was tired. Me
mbabazi ngati yabikola
notula mu meeting notula mweno nobererwa kitwa tewali 11 ne bakugobanga embwa bakanyuka kasasi nze ndimbuzi je bakanyuka watali mu
ngati wabituka kukwe bya Nabbanja level
gono bolutwe kono akanyonyo olutwe nakano n'umunu wabwono bone bakagawala. This is the iron of it. Until you suffer, Nabbanja jababuli. Many marriages collapse. There was a time when Saida Bumba was the Minister of Finance. At one time she used whatever bamutwalira ebitete inengo yebyane nikas ku airport. Ngali mugundi mu transit agenda walala. Bano ono yola naduka fene batufula abaje fene batakanyuka kasasiro yolukwata sente naduka bone bayola emididi ne bayitaba abanaku ne bagenda ewali sente mwe mugenda yo bugenda. Doesn't which salary are you talking about? Which salary are you talking about? Kakati ebintu ebyo biina gundi mu government ya Museveni Ameria Chambadde teyakola ku sente. That's why Amelia Chambadde can afford to be humiliated. There is no senior or junior advisor. Do you see the exams? His name called is a propaganda title. Nayo otula wamu nani. Amelia yatula wamu nani. Nakine ekiwemula. Natula wamu nani no omulema. Having worked as a principal private secretary for all these years, but you see how much money was she getting? Bwokola ne Museveni teweba. Toyinza genda London nokanti natambula mu bantu. Osagala akola nayenga bakujoga kanyuka kasisiro embwa yakajiji ne kujoga kana kombokedde ne kakujoga bamalire kakono nakakabusenga izo kusanga gwe ne bana nkutta kakati ekiri mu kitegeere nti this woman was tired.
Nabbanja
yes
naga olo yali agakweba kana amenye ntebe talina ba personal secretary baba gamba tisijja ko I cannot speak this.
How many meetings had she attended?
But she has the capacity okugamba sijja kusobola kukola kampo mulemu sikuswaza gwanga lyaffe ne yalemererwa in the middle baba Nabbanja webale tuswaza
tiyabaswaza
nagamba kati banonjogerewo ki
having worked with the president for 14 years. Ndi musajja ali bite nnyo because I was humiliated to the bone marrow. I suffered a lot of humiliation which I don't expect to find mu muliro. Sasa kujoga natalina biwandiko natalina kino atasoma nembwa obubwa n'amakonkome naki byonna bikujoga naye nga bo bali wano batudde sente bo tebagenda tebatambula. I used to look for money nga ngenda ebweru to look for my family. Tewali kyadde ekikumi okujoga obujozi kujoga okufuula embwa. Kakati abo Nabbanja bajja biyiga. Why do you think nti oyo omukota abeera mu gavumenti until recently yatula butozi n'atula mu Serena n'alinda akakiiko ne kajja n'ayola omudidi gwe n'alaba embwazi ne zigenda mu kakiiko bwabaawo akakiiko ne bagenda oyo gundi oyo ONBS n'alinda n'asinika amannyo Kaliisa mbu mukolere olaba yali alinze gwe yali 10 billion nozigabana ne banno mbw alinze akakiiko nkoleko nanyo mu binyondo singa ejjeneza eri wali baddewo ejjeneza ekibuli. People are tired. When you look around the sacrifice you made n'engeri gye bakutwalamu ne bakuboononera ddala kyovula babayitayo olw'okuba bw'obakolera tulina kye weekolera bakuyitayo ne bajjabu y'obujozi ey'okubiri basooka ne bakwavuwaza ne bakomyawo ne bajjabu kakati mbuuza Sempijja eyatta ente z'amawako n'azigabira abantu ne Sempijja ali mu mizinga Minister Defense kati if I want to make a comment yani olwamala omugoba lwamirama n'atwala sente z'enzigi ne bagoba embwa yali sente z'amawako ne bamuba ne bamukomyawo ne bajjabu y'obujozi ey'okubiri gwe tula mizinga kati ate ne bali mugoba ne baligoba embwa bajja kanyuka kasasiro. This is their system. I
gatokiriziganya na bujozi
no. There is no reason why you should
humiliate. Neba akujogako emyaka 14 wakola nabo. Tolina kye bafunamu. N'oddukayo.
Toyina kye obafunamu. Era 5 billion bazitwala. nze nakubamba yalwabogo alina kunteeka mwanda weyezi fuuka olugozi nafuuka mpanama nemukuba nemwabya tayinza kunteeka mwanda weyaze
tatuukamu
no nfuuka empanama fuuka ejjute
noganda otuukamu
tosobola naye when I look at home I'm happy for 8 years I achieved my independence
era nenkofe ndabo azikyusa tokyambala zino eza Museveni
no ate essomero bwolivaamu wali olabye adda mu primary naddayo eno mu university yazeemu primary tosobola
watugamba dda nti olinga embizzi tokuba revanse
sikuba revanse naye it gave me a lot of experience nti myai looked at people nti you would expect the private secretary, principal private secretary, natural to have money. If natural, if natural had the money, everybody about a card. You humiliate my husband and he work for you. But they want to move back home. And I didn't back how?
Impossible.
Impossible. But yeah, about natural being by respect. Into level Mukazi Kakati Gund, Annie, on Madame Gund, principal private secretary. Bagamba ki nti atunda gondi masulumus bwe butiko kwalite Kampala ali mu masulumus toga nti ayina ekizimbe mu Kampala butu mwebaze bwe buyina akajja kawunya oluwumu ke kayina ebizimbe mu Kampala ebijjudde wano hotel Amelia ayina ki tayina Amelia tayina kyayina atunda butiko Amelia singa Amelia atunda butiko bwe would be at home noyo Nabbanja ajja kuviiramu awo Nabbanja agenze okuyingira gavumenti weze relatively werese tajja kuba na kantu toyinza kuba na kantu obambwa era bwe yayogera ku bulangiti bannanyinizo ne bajjayo amanyo ne bakuba gwobambwa gwe beera mu kisaawe
olaba bulabi
tulaba mupiira comfortable now
enaku zino waliwo engombe gamba nti no wayi
ndi wange netulidde
kola kana akantu osirike
kati
nawe oliwo
owetulukufomi bankubira amayumba gange ate gwe koledde ate bakakube bakajjewo abaganda tebakuba muntu afunye mu kintu naye abaganda bakuba nnyo kati kakoza mutale ne bamukwata bamutta wakubanga abantu emiggo n'ofunamu ki maama fiina musamize ne bafaza bamusaba ssente nase muganda naye ogamba nti simanyi ndi mwogezi wa president myaka 10 oyina ki enga meza empale emeza yentebe toyina kuyina
bafurufiga bo balina
bayina ki
bafuna full tanka za mafuta
kugambi n'obeera ki ayina factory ayina ki kana kazunza obuzunze ntwe bayina ebizimbe bwe mutabani wa Kajiji yajawunya olumu ayina ekizimbe kati ayina hoteli gyazimbi yetakwa wadde ayina ali involved mu organic case mu government yakyali mu nga minister cabinet yatunda mu thinking when you look at these things we are not young they tell you can a fool at 50 is a fool forever.
A fool at 50
is a fool forever.
Kale bannange.
At my age when abaganda baga nti buzalenge obukulu buzalenge at my age I start looking at things why is it that I'm treating this one when others are not treated the same baidinachi
mukuru Mirundi awo tunatera tumaliriza Liberation Day.
Yes.
Government ya Uganda ewezeze myaka 37 mbuyinzo so kiki kyolowooza government is it very important to celebrate?
They have survived.
How?
Uganda mwatukako gamba mbini yena record ya myaka 9. Yes.
Bono ina record ya meka?
Yes.
37.
Yes. Toyira gamba musajja mugaga ntomanyi kozesa sente zo. Why not kireke him? So it means these people have not survived by mistake. But enyonyi taking off landing. Katienali must plan to land. Is suffering from what we call political inertia. Political inertia means that once a system overstays in power, it develops problems. They are suffering from political inertia.
But Oloza, waliwo ene capacity na chance yonna ekibuzo kyengezako okubuza obudde obusinga. What's wrong with this government to leave power when you are still fresh? Suicide is punishable. Remove Museveni. Create. If you say that this is a drunkard and you cannot overpower him, then you are more drunkard than the drunkard. You're more drunkard than the drunkard one.
So if you say that Museveni has performed badly and he has failed, the opposition has failed to remove him, then they're in a worse situation. They're worse than Museveni.
How?
Anti nkubuulidde nti bwe kibanga babawa buli myaka 5 mulonde ne mubanga temusobola kujjako Museveni emyaka 4 myaka mmeka 37 kitegeeza temunnaba kuwa abantu offer but I'm telling you when you look at political trend
Bobo nali mu corner ja
let me nkubuulize when you look at the political trends societies change at 50 every 50 years there must be change. Every 50 years. Germany united after 50 years. The Tutsis went back to Rwanda after 50 years. The people of Benghazi went back to Tripoli after 43 years. The Soviet Union, an entrenched one, collapsed at 70 years. Yes, we know.
So tulinde myaka nabe
tunachusha gavumenti eno kiri kimu nti eyina abagala sente. No opposition here mubampuka bagala sente. They want money. Panado. I'm not interested in money. Money, this you cannot give him money. Dangoli. Percent. Kubama amonya abonyeze emyaka 8 kati ekyuma kyemukwatidde yada. Nalinyo benyo ndo mwaso omutu. Abana bange tebasomye. Omonya abonya. Nobody is talking about me. Namafuta mugajjawo naki. Kati bategedde nti when they come to me, tudangoli nulinja bako omuntu ennyumba.
Okay.
Nakati isimbagamba timwe kibayambi but I'm seeing government making mistakes. Toyinza kuddira batembeeyi. I've read today that this exercise of batembeeyi will go throughout to the country. Twalina omusajja wano nga muyita Kano Maria. Yaikola ekintu kyekimu ku mulembe gw'obuti. What happened? They ended up boosting rebel ranks. Mujoga abatembeeyi. Nti Museveni bwanaga nti mugende mukataleke wa Kiseka. Bajja baga nti lete million. Omutembe yayingira wano million emu. Kapa ogisabe tampeko y'amata.
How?
Gajewa.
Terina.
Kati mbona avaawo nga mukwata neki. Balagenda kulagawa. You tell me. Nti omutembe itagenda mu kyalo. Omutembe kutembe ayine sawa ze. Ayine sawa n'obukuufu. Are you mad? Kutembea means what? Unless you are inventing in Kiswahili. Kiswahili okutembea means mobility. How can you mutembea bisi traditional?
Oba hudu tachimanyi.
Uyu bamuleta kusula Museveni rajja musula.
Akatalekeka.
Uyu musajja
waliwo mukyala simanyi manya ge.
Ala diswa Kampala. Aina group yali mwegenda kuba Museveni ekigo. Nkubulido byakola byonna biri reverse psychology.
Wegendereze mukuru gwe. Mukuru akatalekeka twabifunye kutawulabe kujja ku social media ng'omukyalo yagamba mbu gwe wamukwana n'agaana
anti kankobolire
kakatali okavuma
type y'abakazi benina talimu naye ekyo omukazi oyo kyayina tewabwe waka tewali mata
ewabwe wakati wali mata
kakati nalwala olukusense kati bwalwala olukusense bamuteeramu eddagala nga balina kama matagambwa ate betambulanga ewaka ewaabwe yayonka ku mabeere g'embwa
wanji
that woman yayonka ku mabeere nibu kitunuli omutwe nikitawa kyo ekisobyako gata kita katwe
banna
obula mu mutwe ekyo gono ngenda kiba kubira nkimalewo ndi type oyo mukazi mukwana awunya akamo awunya ennyindo awunya amatu awunya n'ebuziba bagamba mbu ate bwe kigoba akagoba kivaamu envunyu mbona baana yavunda dda nga nkyakazaali buli aboogera nawe type yange figures ina figure y'ekikwaso nga nange mukwana I like beautiful women
as handsome as you are.
Hey, sinda kuddira ku budde bwange kwekyo oyo katonda bwankola obine muzalamu omwana ng'asiri walanga ye kakati omukazi oyo kiki kyayina mu nsi ky'omulondako nti kino olaba afaanana bw'atyo ng'ayambudde ate abamwambula odduka mu misindo gannakutte ezzike
Badange tetugenda kusoka nonako olwalero omusajja atabukidde full figure naye kale yeye embere eri mu ggwanga naye obudde obusinga nze embere eno sitera sigisanyukira ate amesetaga abantu bavuma ate okuvoola era producer abendaba nga kiyitiriddemu eyo part walai bilayi talai jije muntu otya muntu buddo bannange abantu bano ate tulina okwetereza, tetulina kuvoola, tetulina kuvuma, tulina kutuza butereeza ensi yaffe Uganda. So mbagala nnyo, just have to be nice to everyone. I love you so much, my friend, my wife, my friends all over the globe. Do not forget to subscribe and share our programs. God bless you. See you next time if all goes well. Bye bye. Wish you very happy Liberation Day tomorrow.